Beat them for sure. Join them. To be firmly on the join them team, you have to have more confidence in your play skill than I do. I feel that I get a lot of my edge out of making people play games that they did not come prepared for and that I did come prepared for. That's what I did with Amulet, which was by far my best success on the Pro Tour, and that's what I kind of try to do at every iteration, is to pull the rug out from under my opponent, put them on a setting where they're not sure exactly what's going on, and put them in a position to make a mistake that'll let me leverage, my preparation.
If there's a deck that's going to be this good, I wish it was just off the charts bonkers and everyone was going to play it, and then I could just win very easily.
For me, historically, I've always been the type of person to try to beat the best deck, which has not been a smart decision a lot of the time, but I've always wanted to just, I like it when there's a set metagame and then I try to attack it and do my best to beat it. And, there are rare occasions where if you can't beat them, you join them. And I will do that, but I will fight until, I'm fully convinced that there's no other deck that can beat this deck.
Our goal is to find something that beats it while being okay against the rest of the field. Of course, if you can have a 75% matchup against Bant Company and you're 50-50 against everything else, that's an amazing deck, you know what I mean? You can even be 40 or 30% against some other decks if you're 75% against Bant Company. So I think that's basically the start of our testing, is let's see how we can build something to beat Bant Company. Let's search for that.
I can beat the best deck. I can beat it handily, reliably. I can have a win percentage that is higher than you usually see, but it requires a significant sacrifice against other good decks. I often feel well, if you know what the best deck is, you should just play it. It's the best deck. It's going to have a good win percentage. I can play well enough that'll probably be fine. Every time I fall for that, I do horribly. So I think a lot of it is that I spend so much time working on other stuff, while other people who are dedicated to just playing the best deck just play the best deck and get a ton of reps in and have a ton of practice, and I'm just going to be less familiar.
I'm not the greatest technical player, so my personal preference is to find something that actually is off the beaten path, something that people aren't expecting. And I really want to just play decks that people are not gearing their decks towards. So right now people are preparing for Bant Company. It's the big boogeyman of the format. And the way that I approach it is, can I find a deck that can beat Bant Company, but then is also going to be at least reasonable against the field, or have cards that the field is not well prepared for?
As opposed to a more open format, what you have is a very clear requisites for your minimum viable product. You can't be bad against that deck. That would be nonsense. So right away, it's just you start to shear away huge elements of the format that you can't even bother to try doing that stuff, and it really allows you to narrow down and focus into. You start with the things that have game there at all, see if you can improve them, see if you can make them good there, and then move forward.
I need to be emotionally engaged with the deck that I'm playing. I need to care. I need to have something to prove. And with the best deck, I don't have any of that. I'll still try to win Magic, because winning Magic is fun, but I'm not gonna claw for every possible edge I can get to show that I've done something good. Knowing the best deck, there hasn't been a lot of consideration about yeah, maybe I'll have to play this. I know in the back of my mind, I might just have to if I can't find something good, but I'm expecting to find something else I can do.
If we basically bring a new strategy they haven't thought about before, they have to think on their feet, and we have the advantage and we put them on the back foot. So I think bringing a new strategy, something new to the table, is your best bet, especially early on in a format.
A bit of muscle memory is good. So generally I've just played whatever the best deck is, and if we can come up with a deck that does well against Bant Company and the rest of the metagame as we expect it, then I'll just play whatever the consensus is for the best deck. Don't really care what side of the coin I end up on, just as long as it's the winning one.